Oh my days! We just finished watching the PlayStation 5 conference. Gas mode at 100%. Mr. Midas, Bittersweet. We're gonna talk about this in a second. Let's do this, man. What's going on, people, and welcome back to the channel. I go by the name of Mr. Midas. Now, you could have been anywhere in the world right now, but you're with me and I appreciate you. Now, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit subscribe. We are working towards that 1K now. I'm trying to be calm, but I am fully gassed right now. I'm not fully gassed just because I've got this incredible content creator next to me. I'm fully gassed because we just watched the PlayStation 5 event. But before that, you know her face, you've seen her on my channel. She goes by the name of Bittersweet. She is an incredible content creator. Make sure you're following her on all social medias and make sure you are subscribed to her YouTube channel and her Twitch late night gang. But we just watched the conference.
We just watched the PlayStation 5 announcement. Now I have to say, I'm usually team Xbox. Mr. Midas is the PlayStation man himself.
Obvi.
However, today I have to say I was very excited by what we saw.
That conference was sick. That conference was sick. So we're gonna talk about both. We're gonna talk about the Xbox reveal and we're gonna talk about the PlayStation reveal. Basically, we're both gonna explain to you why you should get that console that we believe.
Yep.
All right?
100%.
So, and I'm gonna give you, I might even surprise you with some of my answers. I might even surprise you with some of my answers. But let's start with the conference today. How are you feeling? Talk to me.
Honestly, pleasantly surprised. I have to be honest, I wasn't expecting too much out of the PlayStation announcement. We already knew a couple of the games that were going to be coming out and things like that. So I wasn't really expecting too many surprises. However, are there any games, Mr. Midas, that you would like to talk about?
Final Fantasy 16, are you mad? Final Fantasy 16, we're getting a brand new Final Fantasy game and it's all medieval and you wouldn't even know if it's a Final Fantasy game by the look. It's just all medieval.
I have to say it looks super clean. The graphics were amazing. They kept that original Final Fantasy elements with the fighting and that play style and everything, the magic like you said. It just looked absolutely insane.
Clean, and that's how they started it off. They started it off with the Final Fantasy 16. Then we got to see Spider-Man, Miles Morales. Now we've already known about this game, but they actually showed some gameplay within the PS5 and we didn't even watch it on a 4K TV and it looked clean.
It was the graphics were exceptional, the storyline looked amazing. It just really felt like one of those games you cannot wait to get your hands on, and I'm sure previous fans of the other Spider-Man game will be super excited for that as well.
And this is like a launch title and representation, like
100.
Flipping Miles representing the man them, like black, Latino, like it's incredible. So we've got that representation on day dot. Like, I can't believe how hyped this conference really is.
It was great. The games were amazing for sure.
And then out of nowhere, they showed a Harry Potter game, fam.
I have to say, you guys, I am the biggest Harry Potter nerd out there. I have a Harry Potter tattoo. I might show you on a little hour clip. But I have to say that absolutely blew my mind. I was so grateful, I guess, that someone had finally done this amazing narrative justice. We have a Harry Potter game that is not made of Lego, that is not some PS1 something, a real Harry Potter game that you can get stuck into.
You're sounding rather excited, you know. You're sounding like you might have to get yourself a PS5 right now.
I think I hope it's gonna come out on both.
So we saw a Call of Duty game, which basically announced that you get to go hands-on the Call of Duty Alpha on a PS4. We got to see some Demon Souls, which neither of us are really into yet. We got to see a definitive edition of Devil May Cry 5.
And then right at the end there, they showed us a new trailer for.
What was the oh my God of War, Ragnarok, fam! New God of War!
I have to say that looks insane, and I love the way that it ties in with the Assassin's Creed Valhalla that we're all waiting for, eagerly anticipating.
So
on Xbox,
we were watching it and we saw all the smooth things of the console happening. What was I saying? What was I keep on saying? Give me
The
price, fam. Give me the price, fam. Give me the price, fam. Because I'm like, I know how PlayStation are. We know they got games. We know they're going to hype everyone up. But what is the price? And the price came out at £449 for the physical release with a disc. And £359 for the digital only version. My mind is blown. I did not expect that.
I fully expected that after Xbox had already released their pricing, that PlayStation would match it. I 100% expected PlayStation 5 to cost the same, if not slightly more than the Xbox Series X. However, that's the disc version. When it comes to the digital versions, we are looking at a bit of a price difference there.
Yeah.
So the Xbox Series S is going to be $249.
Yes.
And the PlayStation 5 digital will be $349.
But the difference is they're different consoles though.
They are.
So the PlayStation 5 digital is basically exactly the same as the PlayStation 5 physical. All the specs are the same other than it not having a disc drive.
Yeah. Interestingly though, the Xbox Series S has got very similar specs to the Series X, but is actually obviously their smallest and most compact console that they've ever released.
But it's got no native 4K and it's got a much smaller hard drive as well.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But all right, so we're gonna talk about PlayStation and then we're gonna go over to you and then we're gonna both say which console we're gonna get and why we're getting it and why you need to get it. All right, so I'm getting a physical edition. I was willing to go up to £600 for it.
Wow.
But I was hoping at £500. So £450. I'm so
That's all right. That's you at a game.
Yeah, that's me at a game. I'm super happy with that. For me, the case that I give you why you should buy the PlayStation 5 is, one, PlayStation's got the best exclusives ever. There's no console that's ever been out. Probably the only console that's got exclusives as good as PlayStation is Nintendo. And PlayStation announced their PlayStation Plus and how you're going to be able to basically get all of the PS4 titles from PlayStation that you want. So The Last of Us, The Last of Us 2, all of the Uncharted games, Ratchet and Clank, like those games, those experiences, Ghost of Tsushima, like all of those experiences that made the PlayStation sell so many units, you're going to have to get them with PlayStation Plus. So you need this in your life. And this is a console I think you should get if you can afford it. But if you come from a financial background and you can't afford that, and it's not so much about the first party games for you and you just want to be in the next gen, then I think you should get the Xbox Series S. Yes, Whoa. This is coming out of my mouth. So I think that the PlayStation 5 is going to have the better games. But I think if you don't care about console exclusives and all you care about is getting next gen and financially you're not great, because 2020 has been a hard year.
2020's been hard.
And there's bare families, like I remember when I grew up, my family wouldn't have been able to just pay $450 for a console. Yeah. So if you can't afford it, then I would say go with the S if you just want third party games. But if you want the best experiences as a gamer out there, you need to get that PS on your chest.
Hey.
So what are you telling me? Tell me what you think.
Personally, I am gonna go for the Xbox Series X. I can't get over the specs of this. It is like buying a top spec PC, combining it into a lovely little tower box, nice and compact.
Yeah, it looks like an old school. It looks like an old school PC tower.
It does look like a PC tower, and I really like that. I think that Xbox intentionally tried to bridge that gap with the design there, because obviously today we are split up into console and PC gamers mostly. And as I say, I think they were trying to kind of fuse that a little bit. I also really love, as you did say, the lower price point for the Xbox Series S. And I think part of the reason is that Xbox's MO has always been to get as many people into gaming as possible. And as you pointed out, especially during harder times, as we've seen in 2020. So I think that there's going to be an amazing way to actually make it so accessible for so many new gamers to discover a new story, a new online friend, whatever it is. And I fully, that recommendation of getting the Xbox One S is good. Yeah, that's a good recommendation still. But as I say, for me, it's going to be the Series X.
Well, you did.
I can't get over it. But I have to say,
yeah, you did
the
say
PlayStation. Do you know what? I think I might get the Series X, and then I might get the digital version of the PS5, because as you said, those PS5's exclusives are too good to be ignored. If you're a real gamer, no matter where your loyalties lie, you know this. You know this.
100%. 100%. So that is simple as that. I think it's all about what games you like, what exclusives you're about,
what network your friends are on.
Yeah, what network your friends are on, what your ecosystem. Because for me, like, Game Pass is the best thing that's ever happened in video games, and I think Game Pass is probably the greatest thing to happen to video games. But for me, those are not the games that mean the most to me. Like Persona 5 Royal, Ghost of Tsushima, Last of Us, Spider-Man, those are the games that I spend most of my time for, which is why I'm such a PlayStation fanboy. But for the first time, Xbox has really got like crazy respect for me, because I feel like growing up in the hood and not having a lot of money, being able to go to next gen at such a cheap price range for me is amazing. And I think
it's meaningful, isn't it?
It's proper meaningful, and you got EA Game Pass on that.
Yeah, so actually I was going to say, with that, you can now finance the Xbox finance program has become available in the UK for the first time this year, and that actually means that you can finance a console from as little as £25 a month, if not £35 a month for the Series X. And with that, you actually get all the additional. So you get the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, which includes your Xbox Gold, allowing you to go online, and the Game Pass obviously gives you access to hundreds of games on that Game Pass, and they are then playable on your PC where available, and on your mobile phone where available. So you can literally take that Xbox controller with you anywhere in the world and carry on playing your favorite games. And that level of accessibility is something that I think they've tried to really
they've done amazing
drill down on.
They've done amazing with it. But the last word is God of War, fam! God of War! You gotta get the PS for the God of War! God of War! Bitter, thank you so much for joining me. Where can the people find you?
As always, at bittersweetam_ on all the socials. Mr. Midas, thank you very much for having me today. It's been an absolute honor as always. Where are the good people going to find you?
You can find me on all of the social medias at MrMidasGames. Now remember, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like. If you like her face, all of her socials will be under the link, so you can tweet and follow her and Instagram her and tell her how amazing she is. And follow her late night gang.
Late night gang in the building.
Gang. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. I need to know what console you're going with. Are you going with a PlayStation physical? Are you going with a PlayStation digital? Are you going with the Xbox Series X? Or are you going with the Xbox Series S? Spam the comments, let me know. Make sure you like this video, make sure you subscribe. I've been Mr. Midas.
I'm Bittersweet.
And we are out. Peace.